Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. We are going to continue the topic which we started yesterday about Chovos Halavav Shaar HaBitachon, explaining why man must work for his livelihood. If in fact everything is decreed from Hashem, and if there's cause and effect where Hashem decrees something, and then what the effects are all just um, working towards that decree of Hashem. So why does it have to be that man needs to work for his needs? And so the first reason that he described is to test one's commitment to Hashem. And so he described that the whole purpose of one's life is to serve Hashem, and it's all a test to serve. Where are we going to serve Hashem, or are we not? Um, and so, of course, God has he has any so many ways of making sure that we get the stuff that is decreed from us. But it's just upon us to do it in a permissible way. And it reminds me of a story. This is not written in the Shaar HaBitachon, but it very much fits with a story that my chavrusa he liked to tell me all the time, which there's a story of a big rabbi, and he had a very loyal gabbai, but the gabbai was very, very poor, and so he wanted to save up money so that he could get his gabbai a new pair of shoes. And so what he every day he would collect a little bit more money, and keep it in his drawer. And so eventually he was going to take that money and buy his gabbai a new pair of shoes. And so one day the gabbai came, and he noticed this big envelope of money, and he was looking at his shoes, and he says, uh, I don't really want to steal, but I need shoes, and I have this and this money is right here. I'm just gonna take it, and nobody will notice. Right. So he opens the drawer, takes the envelope, takes the money, goes to the store, buys himself a new pair of shoes. Um, Next morning, the rabbi comes. He sees his money is gone, and he sees the gabbai has a new pair of shoes, and so he says, "You fool! What's wrong with you? You were going to get these shoes anyways. If you had just waited one more day, you would have had these shoes. I was about to get them for you. You were going to get these shoes, but instead you chose to get it in a usher way instead of getting it in a mutter way." And that's really like a metaphor for many things that happen to us in our life that they're already decreed from God, right? So this is what the Shaar HaBitachon is saying, that whatever is decreed for you is decreed for you. You're going to get it. It's up to you to decide, right? It's all a test for you. Are you going to get these things in a mutter way, or are you going to get them through a asr way? So that's really the first reason why Hashem made us work according to Chovos HaLevavos is a test. He wants us to show him, right? Are we doing these? Do we believe in God enough to make sure that we get things in a permissible ways instead of getting it in an usher way? So the second reason, though, is that ki ilu lo hutrach adam litroch chazu sabi b'lavas torfo. The second reason, if man would not have to work himself to pursue in various measures in order to obtain his livelihood, he would become smug, he would rebel against Hashem, and he would run after sins. And you would not pay attention to what he owes Hashem in return for his goodness to him. He quotes a pasuk in Yeshaya, and he quotes another pasuk in Dvarim. This is a pasuk which is easy to understand. By Yishman Yishurim Vayivad, that Yishurim became fat and they kicked. Right. Once you become fat and you feel very fulfilled. Right. That's when you start to rebel. Torah study is good together with an occupation, for the exertion spent on both of them together causes sin to be forgotten. Any Torah study that is not combined with work is destined to end and leads to sin. And all the more so a person is likely to sin if he is someone who has no share in either one of them, either Torah or occupation, does not occupy his mind with either of them. And so the second reason is that why did God make us work is because it protects us from doing averos, and it also makes us more productive. If we have everything gifted to us, then we're more likely to sin, and we're more likely to be less productive. Everyone have a great rest of the day.
Uh,